Hey, Road Crew, it's Cruz, and very excited today to catch up with singer, songwriter, and guitarist Carl Bell of the band Fuel. They've had so many hit songs over the years, and they are back with a new lead singer and a new album. It's called Pendulum, and it's out October 30th. Now, we're going to talk with Carl Bell about a lot of things, including that new lead singer, VH1 storytellers, and all kinds of fun stuff. But first off, Carl, congratulations on the new album. My question to kick things off: every record is really a snapshot of where a band is at in that moment. What does this new album, Pendulum, say about where Fuel is at in 2026?
I think it's what we should sound like in 2026, actually. And I think that's kind of what we went for. And what I've been thinking all along is like, okay, what does Fuel sound like 2026? It's heavier, which we embrace, but it's also, if you listen to Won't Back Down off of the Daredevil soundtrack that we did 20, I don't even know, 20 years ago, it's still in the same line with that. But it's just heavier. It's more aggressive. We got Aaron Scott doing vocals. He's been great. We got it's a new chapter of Fuel as bands go through, and we're totally excited, man. Really excited to get this thing out. We've been working on this thing forever, so come on, baby.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So you mentioned Aaron Scott. He's officially a member of Fuel. He's the lead singer now, going to be featured on this album, Pendulum. What was it about him that made you say, that's our guy? And how has he really influenced the songwriting process of Fuel?
Well, we saw Aaron on The Voice. He's saying he was on Blake Shelton's team, but to get on Blake Shelton's team on The Voice, he's saying hemorrhage. And of course, we're going to take notice of that. And everybody's going, hey, this guy just sang your song, you know? And he did great. And so we were like, all right. And we were looking again for a singer. It's always, it's tough. Bands aren't easy, man. And so we got him, called him up. He was like, freaked out a bit and said, yeah, I'll give it a shot. But I was kind of done, which is funny because the other lead singer hadn't worked out. And I said to Kevin, our drummer, I said, dude, this is it, man. Just be, no, dude, I got this guy. And I'm like, okay. And I said, okay, if you're doing this, we got 4 shows lined up. They're 4 Air Force shows. And I said, dude, if we do this, you're going to have to rehearse them in. I'm not even going to show up. And he was like, okay. I thought he wouldn't go for it, but he did. And so Kevin rehearsed him in. I'd never met Aaron until we stepped on stage for our first show. Oh, and I'm like, man, this is going to be crazy because if this is awful, it's going to be awful for 4 more shows. So right. That was scary. But he was great. He was really great. And then you're talking about the songwriting. Then later on, he comes to me and says, dude, I know you're Carl, and he's a fan of Fuel, which is great as well. Obviously, he didn't have to learn any lyrics for most of the set because he knew most of them. But he comes in and says, I've got this song. What do you think? And he was really scared to even give it to me, And I'm like, hey, let's hear it. Let's see what you got. And dude, this is the first guy I've ever been in a band with who does Pro Tools, who knows how to set up and sit behind a computer and actually put songs together instead of just like, hey, I've got 2 chords. Let me, you want to write this song for me? It wasn't that, man. And drums, bass, guitars, everything is there. And that was this song "Wanted" that we started, our first song that coming off this album. That was that. And I heard the song and I said, oh, okay. It was great because I don't have to do all the heavy lifting now. It's like, yeah. So we took that song then and worked it out. And he's had quite an influence on the songwriting in a great way. It's fantastic. He inspiring as well, So we're stoked, man. It's really fun.
No, that's awesome. And you kind of segued into the first single from the new album, "Want It." It's really an uplifting message, powerful vocals. The band behind it's amazing too. Was there more? I know you talked about kind of the writing process of "Want It." What's the kind of the meaning behind that song, though?
Well, "Wanted" is just. Life can be tough, right? Everybody knows this. Life's not easy. And it's just about leaning on your partner, leaning on others to try to get support. You're not fighting this alone. You're not doing this alone. And, it's help each other. I think would be a great theme for the whole planet. Help each other instead of trying to fight each other all the time. I think we've seen a lot of fighting, a lot of weird things happening on the planet. So this is more about lean on each other, but in a heavy rock way.
Yeah. That's the best way though, right?
Right. You know what I'm saying?
So am I seeing that correctly, that is a re-recorded version of "Innocent" on Pendulum?
Well, we do Innocent live. I went back and found the old piano tracks. There's a piano track
Okay.
that's completely buried in the old track, and it's there, but it's not really featured. And I went back and heard that. I went, "Ooh, you know what? If we strip that down, we could do just a piano version." So what we did for
Oh,
the
wow.
record is just a piano version alone, because Aaron just owns that song, man. He just sings it so good, and we've noticed that when we started playing it live, when we started touring with him. And now with live, we do a half and half. We do half of the song Innocent, which is a song but only piano, and then halfway through the band comes in, and it's been really, really great. And Aaron just so good on the song. He just sounds so good on it. It's just such a powerful version of how he can sing it and the song itself.
Yeah, I'm excited to hear that. Now, Carl, was there like a specific moment when you'd realize like Fuel had gone from being just kind of a band chasing the dream to actually making it in the industry?
I'm still chasing the dream, buddy. I'm still going. When are we going to make it? You always move the goalpost. You know what I'm saying. So you're always
Yeah,
going. Oh, I want this to be better. I think for us, man, we got it. We opened for Aerosmith. We were opening for other bands, and they were great. But we got an opening slot for Aerosmith, and this is way back 26 years ago. Crazy, right? Been doing this
mhm,
way too long.
yeah,
But 26 years ago, and it was Aerosmith, and you just go, I grew up on Aerosmith, you know what I mean? And you know every song from Aerosmith. And I think that was a real you pinch yourself moment when we were just going, that's Aerosmith. That's Steven Tyler. That's Joe Perry. This
yeah.
is, you know, that was cool. I think that was probably one of the signature moments for me. It's just, when you get with a band that's that massive. And it was scary too, because we went out every night, and the entire Aerosmith onslaught of hits is coming behind you, man.
Right.
It's pretty scary. But it was great. That's one of the many moments I thought that, okay, we've done something.
Yeah, that's a pretty big moment. Now, Carl, you wrote Hemorrhage, obviously, still one of the most played rock songs today. Does it ever amaze you that a song that you wrote many, many years ago continues to connect with the newer generation of rock fans?
It does. I mean, I'm so far off the radar of what I thought I was going to. You're in Springfield, Missouri, right?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
You guys, I grew up in Tennessee, which is I'm probably like 4 hours from you guys, but in a little farm community. I had two stoplights at my little farm community town. This was something that happened to other people, and I was, most of my buddies, just went on their lives in that little town, which is great. But this is so far beyond the radar of what I thought would happen to me and our career. Now, this is not exactly the career I thought I would have, because we've had a lot of member changes, and it's tough, man. Bands are tougher than I ever anticipated. But I'm really glad people still listen to it, still connect with it. I thought it was a good song at the time, but songs have to find their own path, and sometimes you write a great song, you think it's great, never does anything. So we're just thankful for what we got.
Yeah, yeah, it's still an amazing song. Now, you guys did VH1 Storytellers back when VH1, I don't know if they're still a thing anymore, but it
I
really gave fans a chance to hear the stories behind the songs that you had written. And that was an incredible episode. What do you remember most about that experience?
That was a cool time too. Kind of goes back to the other question about when you thought you had made it. I mean, we're on VH1 Storytellers. that was a that was a cool. I mean, you're in New York City, you know what I mean? Like, again, I'm a small town guy, man. I'm in New York. Actually, the first time I went to New York City, I got mugged
Oh, really? Oh,
on
no.
the street. It was crazy. But here I am in New York, and we're, again, just a small, I'm a small town boy, and we're doing New York stuff and speaking about the songs. That was a cool moment, man. That was a cool time. And you never really get to talk about songwriting and what happens and where songs come from, and that was a good forum for that. That was yeah. I still watch it sometimes now, going, why so serious? I wish I had been a little bit more. It's pretty serious, for that episode, but it seems to have appealed to people, and people like that. I actually revealed a lot of stuff about what the songs were about. So.
Yeah, I mean, that episode, I learned a lot from your guys' songs because I'm like, I didn't know that was about that. It was cool to hear the songs kind of stripped down, but at the same time, hear the full stories behind them and what we were going through at the time, writing some of those
Yeah.
hits. So that was a really great episode. Now,
Thanks.
I always have to talk about this with anybody I interview. AI, it's becoming bigger and bigger as far as a
Ooh,
topic in music every day, from singer-songwriting to producing to even more recreating artist voices, which is pretty wild. As
yeah.
someone who's built a career on writing, timeless songs, what is your take on it?
It's very very tough, isn't it? Because
Yeah,
we got Pro Tools and we use vocal tuning. A lot of people you tune vocals already. I was thinking the other day. I said, if you found out that the entire Beatles catalog was written by AI, would you still like the Beatles catalog,
right.
or would you not? And so it's so weird, and you just it gets into a weird thing. Now, of course, I'm curious. I've tried some AI just to see what happened. It never wrote a great song for me. I'm like, God, this is awful. You know what I mean? Just because you just like plug in, you have to be curious as a songwriter.
Yeah,
You're like, okay,
yeah,
what
yeah.
is this? And you plug stuff in, and I'm like, all right, that's maybe I'm not telling it what prompt to use or write the right prompt. You know what I mean? But it's coming though, man. It's coming on every front.
Yeah.
And I know there's our, I don't, it doesn't feel right, does it? You don't feel like the computer should be writing music for us. But
Yeah.
you know what computers are good at is pattern recognition and repetition, repeating those patterns. And they can
Mhm.
see, you give a computer the entire volume of all recorded music, it's going to figure it out. So I don't even know where this goes. I don't even know where the planet's going, so much less AI. So
I know, right? It seems like it changes every like hour. There's something different we
it's
gotta look at. So
it's got a scary times in some ways, man. There's a
it
lot
is.
of crazy stuff happening, but hopefully we'll get through it, and we won't see you Arnold and the Terminator coming through the door any moment. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because we are literally building Skynet. We saw this movie. We know how
Right?
this
I
ends.
know. Right? We've been warned and we're still like, we'll figure
Let's
it
do
out
it.
later.
We'll do it anyway. It won't
Yeah.
turn out that
Ugh, I
way.
don't know about that. So
I'll be
looking
back.
ahead, what does the rest of 2026 and into 2027 look like for Fuel?
We're doing a lot of weekend warrior stuff. We playing a lot of shows. Go to Fuel Official on all the sites and you'll see what we're up to. Just keep doing what we're doing. Thankfully, like I said, we can live off the heritage music that we have, and we thank the audience for that. That's fantastic. But of course, we're trying to push into new stuff. We've got some press junkets we're doing in New York City, and we're just trying to always, like I said, I'm always moving the goalposts. We're trying to reach our goal, and then once we do that, we'll move the goalpost again. But just trying to keep pushing on, man. We appreciate everybody still listening to what you listen to. We appreciate the fans so very much, man, and we're just happy to be out here doing what we're doing, and we are thankful for that.
Well, congrats again on the new album, Pendulum, out October 30th. It's from what I've heard so far, it's going to be a stellar album from you guys with the new lead singer Aaron Scott. He just fits the mold of Fuel just perfectly, in my opinion. Of course, you're singing songwriting. It's just a beautiful blend. So looking forward to that album out again October 30th. And Carl, thank you so much for joining me today, man. It's always great catching up with you. You're such a cool, like humble guy, and you're just down to earth. And excited to see what the future brings for Fuel.
Thanks, buddy. Hey, thanks for listening to my country project. We talked about that before, so I
Dude,
appreciate
I
that as
love
well.
that. That album is so stellar. Like I actually sent that to my buddy. I'm friends with Dallas Smith. He was in Default, and I sent them that album. I was like, dude, you gotta listen to this. It's so good. Like I catch it'll pop into my my Apple Music playlist from time to time. It's so good. So
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate your
yeah,
support on that record as well, man. Appreciate
yeah,
it. Thank you very much.
yeah. Anything you guys need, just holler at me. So
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it.
all right, man. Thank you guys so much. We'll talk soon.
You got it, man.